First and foremost, I'd like to give all honors, praises, thanksgivings, glories, greetings, salutations, respects to yaHaWaH, Bahasham, yaHaWaShai, Bahasham, Rakal, Wakakwadash, yaHaWaH. He is, he has been, he will be. yaHaWaH. He is existence itself. yaHaWaH. He exists, Lord God, the Creator, the Most High. Any word in any language will not help you attain existence prayed and invoked to. If you do whatever you want, you will pay for it. Yahweh Yahuwah Yuhu Yehu Yahuwah will not help you attain existence. While most of these are in the Hebrew language, they are in the Yiddish Aramaic modern language, not the ancient Paleo Hebrew such as yaHaWaH. So, and thus, if you're not praying and invoking literally to yaHaWaH, He exists, you won't. yaHaWaShai, He is salvation, He is deliverance, He is help, He is succor. yaHaWaShai, He is liberty, He is victory. yaHaWaShai, He saves only the true Hebrew Israelites of the 212 chart, so-called dark, black, browns, peoples of the world, so-called Aboriginal, original Native Americans, so-called Hispanic Latinos from North South America and dispersed all over the world, but whose original homestead is Israel, Jerusalem, Canaan, Levant. yaHaWaShai, Christ the Messiah, the anointed, the Savior, prayed and invoked to these words, or any words in any language, you will not attain salvation. Jesus, Jesus, Yeshua, Yehoshua, again, if it is not in the ancient Paleo dialect form of the Hebrew, you will not attain salvation. If you want to do what you want to do, you will pay a price. Mostly talking to you fucked up Christians. Keep praying to Jesus and God, and we'll see if you get saved. Rakam, Rawaka, Kodash, Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit, double peace on the cell, the elders of GMS, Elder Tahir, Ramla Gabar, Rakal, Rawak, top man, leaders, past, present, future, head, apostle, prophets. Head, hopefully elect, predestinated from the beginning of creation for everything and all things and everybody. When Adonai Yahushua, whom the world calls Jesus and King David, break through the clouds and identified flying objects, Israel's flying objects, identified flying objects, airships, spaceships, gunships, to help establish salvation through destruction. The majority of you human beings on the earth will die. Whoever is not a hopefully elect, true Hebrew Israelite, spiritual and genetic, will be a slave forever. Everyone comes back reincarnated because incarnation does exist and is a thing, and you'll all know and see it by pain when you come back time after time to keep being a slave and keep dying. Only and then you'll know who the true Hebrew Israelites are, not those fake ass Ashkenazi, Amalekite, German, Russian, Jewish Israelis living in the promised land today. Shalom Talaki, man, and how is always into information, super high patience, of truth and sincerity of the folk on the earth. Brother Sharath, one more time until missiles hit Babylon, the great mystery Babylon. America's going to be hit with thermonuclear annihilation, and every asshole in it is going to burn and suffer. America, Babylon, the great mystery Babylon, the bitch horse slut that sits on the beast in the book of Revelation will be annihilated. And unless you're a hopefully elect, true Hebrew Israelite, spiritual and genetic, you don't got a chance in motherfucking hell. Hell being America on fire. Israel will also take a fucking ass beating and parts here and there around the world. All brought to you by Russia from the land of Russia when they come out with thermonuclear ICBM missiles in the Lord's name and destroying the wicked of the world. They themselves, after a time, and when Yahushua rises up to the prey and touches foot on Bosra, will also be destroyed. No white, red, European, Caucasian will ever rule again. You're all going into slavery regardless of your nationality. You're all white. Really red. So and thus. One more time, coming back, finishing Obadiah chapter 1, the only chapter, 19, 20, and 21, and bringing out more edification and precepts to let you know that white people is Edom of the Bible, America is Babylon, and if Edom is liking unto Babylon, then Edom are Babylonians, and Babylonians are Americans. You white people are fucked. So and thus, Obadiah 1:19, and they have possessed the south with the mount of Esau, and the low country with the Philistines, and they have possessed the field of Ephraim, and the field of Samaria, and Benjamin with Gilead. The true Hebrew Israelites, once they are saved and gathered away from America, Egypt, Babylon the Great, Assyria, so on and so forth, will come to the true Israel, or Salakia, to the land of Israel, after it has been bombed and cleansed of the assholes in it, and we will rebuild with our slaves the land of Israel, and to that point, the entire world. And the removed of this force of the sons of Israel that is with the Canaanites unto Zepharoth, and the removed of Jerusalem that is with Shepheroth possesses the cities of the south. I.e., we're going to take all our shit back and then some, and gone up have saviors on Mount Zion, 144,000 light, to judge the mountain of the white people, Americans specifically foremost, and the kingdom hath been yaHaWaH's. On that point, Revelation 14, 1 through 4, and I looked, and lo, a lamb, yaHaWaH, stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's names written in their forehead. Obadiah 121, and gone up have saviors on Mount Zion to judge the mountain of Esau, white people, America, and the kingdom has been yaHaWaH's. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads, and most other versions, which are correct, is his father's and his name and his father's name written in their foreheads, letting you know that, like in some verses, people have snuck in words here and there that weren't in the original transcripts. Same thing, vice versa, reversed. People have taken out things that should have been in there, or have used words that probably shouldn't have been used to translate, transcribe other words in the ancient tongues. In this case, they took out his name, and so thus the King James Version has having his father's name written in their foreheads, but a whole lot of versions, a good majority of them almost, I think more than 50% have, having his name and his father's name written in their foreheads. yaHaWaH, yaHaWaH, you gotta have them both. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, talking, singing the truth. I don't know how he's always into an information superhighway. The truth, 100%. None of this nigger shit where money and women are part of the truth. Where you got to get along with Esau, Edom, and the Gentile pagan heathens, and then you're in the truth. You assholes will pay. You two-thirds reprobates who know you're Hebrew Israelites and have actually taken Torah into your hand and assumed you are teachers, preachers of Israel, have fucked up. You will get the same prize Esau, Edom, Gentile pagan heathens are going to get by being deleted in thermonuclear annihilation for talking that nigger shit. Money is not God, food is not God, and the bitch of a woman isn't God. And you goddamn Christians will find that out the hard motherfucking way. Starting with your women and children. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man can learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with men, for they are virgins in their minds. No one has fucked them in the head like the most of you niggers are fucked in the head by Esau, Edom, and yourselves. Y'all are literally fornicating in your spirit, and that's why you're all fucked. These are they which follow the Lamb, yaHaWaH, whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, men being the first fruits unto Allah and to the Lamb, yaHaWaH. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of Allah, yaHaWaH. So, in thus reiterating the previous verse of Obadiah chapter or verse 17 and 18, and in Mount Zion there is an escape, the elect, and it hath been holy, and the house of Jacob has possessed their possessions, the world, and possessors, the people. And the house of Jacob hath been a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they have burned among them, and they have consumed them, and there is not a remnant to the house of Esau, white people, Americans, specifically, for yaHaWaH hath spoken it. Isaiah 14, 1 and 2. For yaHaWaH will have compassion on Jacob, the captives in Babylon, America, and will again choose Israel, the elect. The rest of you retards have to go away, and will settle them in their own land. Foreigner, Gentiles, true Hebrew Israelites, will join them as proselytes, because they are Hebrew Israelites, and will attach themselves to the house of Jacob, Israel. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 2, then talks about whom you assholes call the Gentiles, which are other nationalities which are not Hebrew Israelites. If you are a Hebrew Israelite, you will attain salvation either now or after you die. If you die, you will come back in the millennial kingdom perfect and forever. The rest of the assholes in the world, Esau, Edom, so called red, white man, European, Caucasian, and the Gentile pagan heathens who are not Hebrew Israelites, will pay the fucking price by being fucking slaves forever. These are the true Gentiles who are not Hebrew Israelites. So, you asshole Christians, when you talk about the Gentiles, you're talking about people who are going to be enslaved by the true Hebrew Israelites. You assholes. To include a whole lot of you niggers. And by niggers, I don't really mean just black people. I mean any of you Christians, regardless of race, ethnicity, nationality. The people's Hebrews will take them along and bring them to their own place, Judea. And the house of Israel will possess them as an inheritance in the land of yaHaWaH as male and female servants, as male and female servants, as male and female servants, as male and female servants. I don't see anybody serving those asshole Israelis in the promised land today. In fact, everyone hates their asses and is bombing the shit out of them. If they were the true Hebrew Israelites, everyone would love them and they would have slaves, willing slaves, but for the most part, not willing. Some people might act in the future, I believe, as a man, the Gentile pagan heathens will love us and will worshipfully and honorably serve us because they know under us it is better than it is under the white motherfucker and stupid female women. So, if those were the true Hebrew Israelites, where are their slaves or servants at? And they will take captives those whose captives they have been, and they will rule over their former oppressors. Again, if those Israelis living in the promised land today are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, why don't they have the Germans or the posterity progeny inheritant people of the Germans? Why do the Israelis not own Germans as slaves if they supposedly was fucking them up in the Holocaust? Because those are not the people of the land, and the Holocaust was fake as fuck. So, and thus, and it will be in the day when yaHaWaH gives you rest from your pain and turmoil from the harsh service in which you have been enslaved. And I will go and read Isaiah 42, chapter 2, in a couple of versions and close out. And shall take them nations and bring them into their place, and they shall inherit them, and they shall be multiplied upon the land of Allah for manservants and maidservants, and shall be captives the ones capturing them, and they shall dominate the ones dominating them. Rest assured, we are talking about the dark, black, browns peoples of the world, two Hebrew Israelites, that are going to enslave every other race, red, white, European, Caucasians, and China's, Japan, Russia, Ukrainian, all of Africa, because if you don't understand that not all of Africa or not Africans are Hebrew Israelites. The Hebrew Israelites were the same color, supposed black, that the Africans were. So that also mixes y'all niggas up and makes y'all confused in y'all's fucked up head, thinking that the Africans are Hebrews. They are not. And thus, and so I'm running out of time, so I'll come back with more edification, start Obadiah one more time in another version, or probably start something else. But keep in mind, it's all about the end and war. Our fighting chip, Neuralink, Mark of the Beast, take it and you're fucked. Shalom, ba'at, the wad, shalom.